back again to part 9 of chapter 9. Yeah, we're getting there. We made some additions with grass and if I enable it with the door and a wall over there to make some remains. It's not finished. So I will continue on that. But I was also thinking about the light design that I have at the moment. Because when you start booting up, you are fine with that standard lighting. But now it's really going to be, where is the light coming from? Because you can change your scene, how the lighting is, or you can change the lighting, how your scene is. It's like you have to make a decision at this moment. And I prefer to add my HDRI and take a look what happens. Not to make it already beautiful, because I think I want to upgrade, but I need to make choices. So that's why I start with doing that. So I go to the world settings, and instead of sky texture, I'm pressing environment texture, and I'll have to open the HDR, because I opened JPEG in the previous part, in the previous chapter, and I thought, what is wrong? It's not working. It's a huge change. So I imported it. I already enabled this, or else your HDR will not look fine. It will look saturated. You go to the node editor and you make some additions, and that's the geometry and the mapping node. So that's add input the geometry. No, texture coordinates. Yeah. It's probably because they pretty look the same. And the mapping. Add factor mapping. We put that over there. Oops. We want this to be here. And we add the matte nodes. Converter, matte. And duplicate it. We put this into the strength, and we want this to in the image. Standard I start with 4, and take a look what we have. So we have to remove the old light, or else we make mistakes. Save the scene. Can take a minute. Yeah. Well, doing this now will take maybe some time, but in a couple of years this will be in a flash. So I'm already trying to reach the edges of what is possible. Because while using everything on low settings, we try to create something nice out of it. And because I use the high textures, high quality, I have so much control in this scene. I can change as many things as I want. And you don't have that when you make a bake of your building, for example. You have very speed up, but there's no control. And as an artist, you always want control, or else I freak out. So let's take a look what we have. Don't be afraid if it looks totally not what we want. Take a deep breath. I'll wait till my computer thinks it's time to put the magic on the screen. Yeah, you need to have a lot of patience. Like, it's coming all right. No hurry. All right. So you can see the light is already a bit different, especially the cobblestone. Oh, it's quite funny. Let's take a look from which angle it's coming. I think it's from the right. Yes, it's coming from this angle. So let's rotate it. Whoa. Oh gosh. We definitely need to change some parts of it. I think it needs to be I'm focusing on, of course this is totally different than the other one. Okay. You probably think, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'll keep this. But I will. Phew, I'm glad that I changed this to HDR because it's so different. It's really different. It's very bright. Add color, mix RGB. We put this right there. Make this black. Yes, and put this into the image. Will change. Yeah, but then we improve this by make it 10. Bright sky. Make this 0.7 maybe. Will be darken. All right, good. Make it 0.6. All right. So the plaster is absolutely reflecting the light. Oh my gosh. For some reason we have less control with this value. Or do we? CPU is working really slow. I think it's 0.5. Yeah. We can spend the complete part on making this look right. 0.8, because it's really hitting. Alright. So now we have to make this bright again. It's sort of cheating. That's when you have plaster in your scene. Looks not good. So let me think, because this is quite of a dark spot, but if I change this, my building will look very dark. We don't want that as well. But my biggest problem is the sky in the background. It looks very dark, so I prefer to rotate it. Just maybe a different light design is better. Oh, that's completely dark. Okay. Well, to be honest, I don't like this as well. What I want to say is that the sky looks so not nice. It's only that cloud over there. Maybe I have to make this 0.7. I like this way, this part. Alright, 0.7. We're still good. Make it 0.6. As long as the plaster is behaving normally, we're still good. Okay. I think this is the maximum. So now this building is dark. And it has lots of fireflies, but I will solve that later. It's not important at the moment. The question is this bad or good? 0.7. Questions everywhere. Please help me out of this misery. But I keep this recording because these are the interesting moments when you have to find the right, and it can be in a second, like boom, it's right, and you think, okay, I'm not touching any button again. I'm not in 400 and then one in. Okay. What about this? This is close to the previous one. This is funny, you know, that you where are you looking for? It's you're looking for when it feels right. I think that's it. That's when you think, that's it. This is the mood. Bang. Maybe I can 0.03 upgrade this a bit. Minus 0.1. Oh no, Very bad idea. Minus 0.04. Yeah, we still have this black, but I think this will be solved later. So to be honest, I like that there are some small clouds in the air. What I don't like is that my buildings are very bright, but of course we can change that in these settings. So let's make this 0.75. I think when we're getting closer, you don't want too bright wood. We still have a little bit too bright plaster, but I think I'm using ivy on this wall that will solve it. The building over there, what I don't like is now covered in shadow, what is good. This building is has a bit of shadow, but it also has sunlight, what's reflecting nice. I mean, it's give nice contrast. We have a little bit of shadow in this building, can be a bit more, that's a bit of fine-tuning. Let's try this out now, because if we have a little bit of shadow on this, that creates nice depth. And now it feels like it's not there. It's just a glimpse. I have to put it left or right. No, it was right. No. Because that's the problem, because when I put it to the right, this is totally covered in shadow, and that's what I absolutely don't want. I want to see everything. Yeah, I want to focus on this part, and now I'm focusing on the sky. How lovely is that? I think it's also time to start removing these ugly trees, because now it's really about getting the right shadows everywhere. So sunlight is coming from behind to this point. So if we go to top, it's coming from this angle. So if I put a tree over there, we have nice shadows as well. That's good. What I can do is move this building a little bit backwards. Just a little bit. We don't want to select the roads, so we keep this, but we do want to have these remains. Environment modeling. Yeah. So I hope we can, so a little bit, something like this. And why not making a wider angle? So, bang. There we go. A little bit to the right. So we have more view of this. Perfectly. And there is something to do to remove these fireflies. That was clamp, I think. It's 0.01.01. Should remove the fireflies. I think. That's because I have that canal with reflection. Yeah, I think we're getting there. I mean, it's pretty double. I love to work with lighting. At the same time, it can be so tough. What was the heck? I changed this to 0.01 and it looks ridiculous. What's 0.01? It should remove the fireflies. But I removed the reflections in the canal. I mean, how come? Hey. So it's not reflecting anymore? Please explain, what is your function in life? You only have one job, and that's reflections. And why is it just costing? Is it because I made it clamp 0.01? I cannot understand it. Yeah. Okay, let me find out why the clamp is doing so weird behavior. 0.001. Is it really that 0. Gives me some stuff to think about. Anyway, what you want is learning environments and not being busy with these small settings. Yeah, we'll find out. So yeah, still, I want to focus a bit more on this part, this corner in the next part. We will do that, and I'm also thinking about changing this maybe a little bit. It's pretty much in my face, but it can also probably be because the camera is now too much in the air. I think that's because that's it. These things are so big, so close to the ground. I like that. Okay, good. Minus 0.1. No, maybe minus 0.01. Okay, I don't like that black. Good. All right. Enough stuff for the next part. If I could put a title on this part, it was starting with world settings on lighting, and the next part is still focusing on the modeling work on the buildings. So it's still structured, but sometimes because I had really problems with continuing on this corner without knowing what the light is going to do, because I was also having a plan from the light from, I think, this direction, and then you need to put other stuff in this. So it has everything to do with each other. Anyway, this is the end of this part. See you in the next one. Bye bye.